Hello, how are you?
I'm very good.
Last time I saw you,
back.
yeah.
Went to the qualifying.
Come on to that.
Your little brother.
Yeah.
Get
Son.
through.
Yes.
Yeah, Antec. Yeah, so thrilled for him.
Yeah. I feel like we are here because we're Team Antec as well, obviously looking after him, but we are here in part, large part, what you've done with him. You've been amazing. You've created a bit of stability for him and somewhere to go when he's in the country. How important do you think that has been for him and also for future international pros? Obviously, with the Polish boys coming through and we're developing in Sri Lanka.
I don't want or expect or wouldn't take any credit for what Antec's achieved. He's done it all off his own back. He's put in the hard work. He's doing the travelling. He's trying to do it for himself. I only met Antec a couple of years ago. Really nice lad, really down to earth, and just wanted to help him. So when he came over to the UK, he says, "Look, you can come and stay at our house as much as you want." He comes and eats dinner with my family, and I turn around and he's in the playpen with the baby. But yeah, he's part of our family, and I feel like I want to help the younger generation to just establish themselves and feel more comfortable. For someone like Antec, who's got to travel over from Poland, it's a big challenge. He's away from his girlfriend, away from his family, and his friends as well. So I feel like if I can offer him that safe space where he can feel relaxed, away from home, get some good practice in, and we have a bit of fun as well. We'll go and play darts together. So I just want to see him do well. And again, I don't expect anything in return. I don't expect any praise. I just love to see him do really well, and for him to qualify for the World Championships for the first time. I'm as proud of him as you are.
Yeah, you look very nervous out there when he was playing as well. Were you nervous?
Just want to see him do well.
Yeah.
You just want him to achieve his potential. And so I first met him 2 years ago, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone with so much talent.
I know.
It's so evident from the first shot he played. I was like,
"What?
Damn! This kid could be absolutely world class." To then see him turn professional, and he's managed to get himself in the top. Well, he's managed to keep hold of his tour card after 2 years, which is an enormous feat. There's been so many players over the years that haven't achieved that.
And so much pressure on those qualifying matches, right?
Incredible. I've been through it myself for the first 12 years of my career. Those qualifiers are very, very difficult. A lot of good players. So, he held himself together immaculately. I've spoken to him in the past about the fact that these longer matches, you can lose the odd frame, but don't let that snowball and become 2, 3, 4 frames. And that's exactly what the difference was in the last match, is that he lost 1 or 2 frames he shouldn't have lost, then he was straight back on it. He kept his focus.
Yeah, it's really helped his temperament, probably getting that advice from you as well. But do you think that there's been any benefit for you in terms of practicing with him? Does that make you sort of have an eye on what the younger game's doing and how they are, or is it just purely a service that you're providing?
He's taught me some shots. There's some shots that he plays that I'd never even seen before. That's what practicing with other people is all about. It's about learning. It's about picking up little bits from their game, as Antec said that he's picked up from my game as well. Just finding those little 1% and 2%. Say the pair of us, we've learned from each other. I enjoy practicing with him. He's great company, and I'd love to see him do well here this week.
Yeah, you're such a role model, Chris, and you've done an amazing thing with him. It is amazing. But also, in terms of your career, and you touched on it earlier, you are definitely a breakthrough star. You are a story of someone that has not given up and has now, you're here in the Crucible as a top 16 player.
It's a massive achievement for someone,
a role model for
someone like me, who, I spent that first 10 years of my career, never ever thought that I would be winning tournaments or in the top 16 or, progressing past that sort of 40, 50 in the rankings, because it's so difficult, and you've got to be really consistent. You've got to be getting to the latest stages in a lot of tournaments. But I feel like I've made that breakthrough now. I pinch myself some days thinking that I'm coming here as a seed, being in tournaments like the Masters. These are for the elite players of our sport.
And you're one of them.
It's
We
It's
sort of
it's a
forget
real
we
pinch me thing.
forget the story with you, because I have to say the first time I saw you play, I thought you were the greatest player that ever lived, and I was like, how have I not seen him before? Beat Stephen Hendry. It was the English Open, I think it was,
Oh,
and
yeah,
he kept him in his chair the entire time. I don't know if you remember that match, but
yeah,
it
of
was just
course,
everyone
yeah,
in the crowd was like, what is going on here? Like, it was
yeah. Never heard of him.
it's amazing. So to go from, like, you've got that talent, you go and you know when you practice you've got that, and then to keep knocking on this door, like, there must have been times you wanted to give up. What kept you there, and like, what advice can you give to youngsters? In Sri Lanka, who don't have the infrastructure, don't have the coaches, they're working hard. Some of them are in their 30s now. And
This
what is
game
your
is
advice?
about learning. If you become stale and you don't try and improve, that's what's going to happen. But you can learn from watching other players, from practicing more. But if you do the same thing over and over again, you're going to see very little improvement. Even now, I'm one of the top 16 players in the world, and every week I make it my mission to learn something on the table, to improve at a shot that I've struggled with in the past. And these are, more often than not, they're like getting in shots, not necessarily like long pots, but just finding a way to create opportunities. And that's been the difference for me over the last 2 years. So my advice to anyone out there who's trying to improve: work on things that you're not very good at. Work on things that, when they come up in a match, they intimidate you and they make you think, oh, hang on, like, this is difficult. And before you know it, if you're practicing that day in, day out, they just become instinctive.
Yeah.
And that is the difference.
Yeah.
Being able to be playing on instinct as opposed to playing from fear.
And breaking into the top 16, like, do you feel like you go out there with a different type of confidence? It's a different bit of armor that you've got, because you've validated yourself. Do you feel like you go out there now with a bit of a straighter back?
I mean, I haven't played yet, so
Yeah.
it remains to be seen.
Okay.
Shall we say? I love to say, yeah, I'm obviously like the favourite for this match, and
Yeah.
I'm expected to win, and I expect myself to win. I don't think about the results whenever I'm playing these days. Like, that's not my goal, winning and losing. My goal is to be prepared,
Yeah.
and to walk out there and feel prepared and to feel ready. That is the one thing that I can control, is leading up to the start of that match. But whatever happens during it, that's all down to your preparation.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I focus on, is what I can control.
Good luck. Everyone is rooting for you. You're a story that people, we've got our Antec story, but you are an amazing story as well. Like,
Thank you.
resilience and hard work and grit. So good luck. I'm
Thank you
backing
so much.